part in Ghana where the slaves were taken out of Africa to Europe to indicate the road we have traveled in this country and the things that we should not forget. That behind you here are cells where people spent 27 years of their lives in a single cell, probably two steps one way and 4 steps the other way, in the crudest form possible of keeping anybody in prison. This represents the sordidest part of our struggle, and we decided we were going to come together, revive this place, especially the political, historical side of this, and make sure that we can bring people here so that we never forget. Yes. Nobody should ever forget. Our children who don't know apartheid should never forget what was given to them, and in that way inculcate a sense of national pride in what has been given, and sense of responsibility. We owe so much to so many people. We went to Sobukwe's house. He was the first prisoner here staying alone. Now I'm talking about the political part. And then we're here where Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, Walton Gwai, Governor Mbeki, you could go on, stayed. And I would have wanted this to be part of our history, because it binds us to exactly what it is that has brought about the democracy we enjoy today. It's a democracy that we don't seem to treasure as much as the effort that was put into making it what it is. And about a few years ago, because I'm a historian by profession, I did want that history should be a compulsory subject, because everybody should know where we come from. In the same way as in every church, the Bible is central to understanding where whatever Christianity comes from, what was given to us as we live in a particular civilization, so too in a democracy. Should this kind of place be made, almost a compulsory lesson of a lot was given for us. In Angola, where the Battle of Cuitacanovala was fought, there is the most impressive monument there to the lives of people who fought for Angola. And I would have wanted that we can do something similar, so people know what was given to them. When they know what was given to them, they'll treasure the responsibilities they have, they'll treasure what they have. Right now, I feel like we are no different from any other country that just signed a paper and became a democratic republic. People fought for this place. People died for this place.
Yes, Miss, you spoke of revival, and also when you're looking at this side, and also your assessment upon arrival here, and that conversation that keeps coming up about the fact that the prices are exclusionary to your ordinary South Africans. What exactly are you going to revive, and also some of the steps that are you going to take?
Well, that is an aftermath of this. We came here to visit, all right? And then we're going to sit down and work out how do we make this place a little more attractive, which will include the prices. But that's not what was uppermost in my mind right now. So I'm not able to answer that, but we will provide that and possibly call a media conference after considering all the matters that we have seen here and deal with that matter. Right now, for me, it's an emotional matter, and I wouldn't want to be diverted from that. If you will excuse me. Thank you.
Also, if you may check, tourism industry, how much is it contributing now to the GDP in the country, especially at the back of what has happened with the
Well, at its best, it contributes a great deal, possibly greater than any. It's the greatest contributor to our GDP, and the price and the amount fluctuates. But we hold up the economy of this country, and we want to make sure that we can continuously attract people so they see where we come from, what has happened to us, and where we are. Because the reconciliation that we have settled with has been at great sacrifice. And we want people to know that in our lifetime, we made it possible. to transition from the worst kind of oppression to the kind of democracy that we have. And the reason why we came together is because we would like to invite people here so they understand the journey we have traveled, and that it should be inspirational to other countries, other peoples from other countries, that it is possible to get over the worst anger, the worst hatred, the worst pain, and move on for the sake of ensuring that the struggle was not in vain, and make sure that we create an environment where this never ever happens again to anybody.
Minister, talking about bringing in tourists into the country, there was that talked about deal of the Tottenham Hotspurs. Is that deal still going to go ahead, giving the backlash that it received?
I think it's in bad taste that I'm here for the first time, looking at the conditions that my father lived in, and you bring in Hotspurs. Can we put that aside? Right now we're on Robben Island, and I'm pained.
Minister, they just also being cognizant of the history of what this island holds, there was also plans to have a silent disco to be hosted at this island as well as part of economic revival. Do you have any comments or?
Well, now that we are part of the package that runs, obviously some of these things will be passed by us. The first time I am coming here, as I indicated, and we had our first meeting of a collaboration between all of us, and part and parcel of that collaboration would be an input from tourism, the people who look after the place, and the association of people who were on the island, so that we have a commonality of what is the significance of Robben Island. Why would we bring people here? And I take my cue from that port in Ghana where slaves were taken away, so that never, ever again should the world ever forget that this freedom we have today was given at great cost, at enormous cost. We went to Sobukwe's house. He was one of the first prisoners here. Everything blocked out, just to make sure that the apartheid system can bring its whole weight on one man. Then we have this now. I don't know how they lived here for 27 years. I don't know. It talks to the resilience of the spirit, of the human spirit, to overcome, completely overcome, once they have given themselves and dedicated themselves to a cause. What is possible is incredible, and I've seen it today. I didn't want to encounter it, but unfortunately I am in the tourism space, and we've got to make sure that tourism does include every aspect of our lives, and this is an important one that we've come here today. Perhaps on another occasion we'll go to the more pleasanter ones. Last year we went to a center where we celebrated Tourism Day here in the West